We Brits love our animals, but we have one big pet problem.
They cause all sorts of embarrassment, and we are meeting some of the worst offenders. Moog, the flatulent feline. Dylan, a nervous wreck of a Dalmatian. Millie, a one-bunny demolition disaster. And Lulu, the barren bull mastiff.
It's time to stop hiding our blushes and get it all out in the open. Welcome to My Pet Shame.
Molly, Molly, Molly!
Oh, Columbo!
Boys!
We're taking on the country's pesky pet problems one by one.
The Pet Shame Clinic has been set up as the last chance saloon for embarrassed owners up and down the country who've reached their wits' end. Vet Mark Abraham will be helping them take control and giving them plenty of advice to chew on.
Let's get to know what our pets really need and swap our pet shame for pet pride.
The first beast of burden in urgent need of help from the Pet Shame Clinic is on his way. Female impersonator Tristan Field fell in love with Dylan the Dalmatian as a 3-month-old puppy, but from day one, he's had a nervous disposition.
I wanted a Dalmatian because it would really kind of show off my personality, but I don't know, there's something psychologically wrong with him, I think. Dylan's scared of people, plastic bags, rubbish bags, open spaces. When he was a puppy, I got him a squeaky toy, and he squeaked it and dropped it and ran away.
But Dylan's now 2 years old and still scared of his own shadow.
He physically shakes all the time. He's always like shivering. It's horrible to see, really. And then when I get on the bus with him, he'll run and hide under the seat. You're a silly sausage. There's nothing to be scared of, is there?
But it's not just hiding and cowering that's the problem. Tristan often has to put his own life on hold.
When Dylan is here and I have friends come over, he will often run under the table, cower, shiver, wee himself, poo himself. It can be really embarrassing. Don't have a love life. And I can't really do as much as what I would like to with him. I'd love to be able to have a little partnership thing and walk up the road with him and just see him walking proud, really, with his tail in the air rather than having it in between his legs all the time. And I love him to bits. I just wish he'd be normal, really.
Will Pet Shame vet Mark spot Dylan's problem?
So what made you choose Dylan when you went to have a look at the pups?
Yeah, and he was really scared and, like, shy.
Yeah.
So I felt sorry for him.
Oh, yes. Because that's something which people often do, isn't it? They always tell you to go and, you know, pick the one that runs out to greet you straight away, but you always end up feeling sorry for them.
I think he was like the runt as well.
So if this doesn't get sorted, what are you going to do? I mean, have you got to the end of your tether yet?
I nearly took him to Battersea Dogs Home. And I went to speak to the people and I was like, no, I can't do it.
Oh, it would be so sad if that's where it got to.
My Pet Shame vet Mark Abraham wants to unearth why Dylan's such a disturbed Dalmatian.
What was his background? Do you know much about where he was bred?
Yeah, the breeders seem quite nice people, and I spoke to other people that got puppies from the same litter, and they all seem quite fine.
The way puppies are bred is crucial when it comes to well-adapted dogs. The first few weeks of a puppy's life establishes its behavioural pattern from then on. To avoid traumatised dogs and to welcome a fit and healthy puppy into your life, ask your vet or the Kennel Club to recommend a reputable breeder. Always go to the breeder's premises to view a puppy so you can see the conditions firsthand. Avoid buying from puppy farms, as they are essentially battery farms for dogs. And don't ever buy a puppy if you can't see it interacting normally with its mother. Because Tristan was happy with his breeder, Mark thinks Dylan's problems could be psychological.
Health-wise, he looks like he's in fantastic condition. He's not overweight. His eyes look so clear, so to me this is a classic behavioural problem. And I think what we're seeing here is a case of a dog that hasn't been socialised properly in that golden period, in the 3 to 12-week period when it's young.
Happy owners make for happy pets, and with Dylan in tip-top condition, Mark believes his behaviour could be down to his relationship with Tristan. If a dog's owner is confident, they have someone to look to for guidance and shouldn't become nervous. Lead by example. To start rebuilding a dog's confidence, put his bed in a safe place he can call his own. This should be in the quietest room in the house, where he can come and go at will, getting away from people or noise as necessary. The next step is for the dog to become accustomed to strangers. One way is to get trusted strangers to look after your dog. Try leaving him regularly with friends and family. Dog treats are a great way of training your pet to associate strangers with a gratifying, not disturbing experience. Never stop training a nervous dog. The more things he gets right and you praise, the more his confidence will grow.
Because he's got such a serious problem, what I'd like to do is bring on board the help of an animal behaviourist, but really be aware that it's not a quick fix and it could take a long time.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
The next embarrassed owner seeking advice is Sophie Ramsden with her year-old house rabbit, Millie.
She chews and destroys anything and everything she can get her teeth on. From wires to handbags to shoes to walls, iPod, earphones, television aerials. She loves leather, boots. This is all her here.
And Millie doesn't stop at chewing. She's also discovering burrowing. Not so great in your living room.
Her favourite hobby at the moment seems to be demolishing my sofa. She's made a hole, crawls inside and decides to just pull all the stuffing out.
You're becoming a pest.
With her living room becoming unlivable, Sophie's running out of options.
Short of having to lock her up all day in a cage, which I don't want to do, need a bit of help so she can reach her potential as a little house bunny.
Time for this unhappy bunny to visit the Pet Shame Clinic.
Oh, she's beautiful. So has she ever chewed you?
Well, not quite. She does give me a nip sometimes, but it doesn't hurt.
She's angling. She's angling to get to the boots. This rabbit's got a one-track mind. I suppose you can't really have anything that's sentimental or, you know, even very expensive, because as soon as she gets her teeth on it, then it's ruined.
Yes.
Well, let's get her back in her box and see if Mark can sort her out.
My Pet Shame vet Mark wants to dig deep and find out from owner Sophie how bad this bunny's problem is.
Is your house rabbit-proofed?
In my own way, a bit of trellising around the walls and some plastic stuck up, but...
What about wires, electrical wires?
I've tried my best to hide them.
Because one of the biggest emergencies we see rabbits getting into is burning the mouth, electrocution from electrical wires. So it's very, very important to rabbit-proof your house.
Rabbits have a life expectancy of anything between 8 and 12 years. And, like any other pet, bunnies are a big commitment. In their natural habitat, rabbits chew and dig. Their teeth and toenails grow continuously, so this keeps them trimmed. House rabbits won't change their habits just because they live indoors. To rabbit-proof your home, you need to provide alternative chewing materials. Newspapers, a box of hay, cardboard or twigs.
Do you think she's a happy bunny?
I think so, yeah. I sometimes worry that maybe she's a bit lonely when I'm at work.
How long are you out of the house for?
10, 11 hours a day.
It's a lot. Rabbits, very intelligent animals, and they need stimulation. They need a stimulating environment. What she is bored, in one word. She's just bored.
Rabbits are highly sociable and need friends. Another bunny is the perfect chum. Usually, they become companions for life, snuggling, grooming each other, and playing together.
You're out the house for up to 12 hours a day, so she's missing you and she needs someone or something to play with. My advice would be to get another rabbit, and that could actually be the answer to your problem.
Okay.
With house rabbits, the common thing is people put food out, so they don't actually have to look for the food. You can get these toys with holes in, and you just fill them with treats, so they have to sort of roll them along, waiting for a treat to come out. And it stimulates them, and this can take up hours of their time.
Coming up, can Dylan the nervous Dalmatian face his fears? A barren bull mastiff who fakes pregnancy.
She was lactating 2 weeks ago, phantom pregnancy.
And a feline whose flatulence brings tears to the eyes.